So in this video we will rotate, or you can say we will move the player to the direction where the camera is pointing. For example, if the camera is pointing there and we press the W key, then the player should move there. And if we are pointing camera anywhere on the Y axis, okay, then we want the player to move to that position. Okay, we don't want the player to move in the upward direction or inside the ground. We just want the player to move to the left and right rotation of the camera, okay, just like in many of the third person games. So for that, what we will do is right here in the scripts folder, we will create another folder by the name of camera controller. Let's open this camera controller, and in here let's create a C# script by the name of main camera controller. Then let's click on the main camera and drag and drop this main camera controller script at the top right there. Okay, then let's just open this up, and right here at the top we will first of all create a reference to our Cinemachine third person camera. So we will say Cinemachine virtual camera, and let's call this vcam. And since we are dealing with Cinemachine cameras, so at the top make sure that you add the Cinemachine library. Okay, then as I told you that we will be only moving the player to the left and right side, or you can say the Y rotation of the camera, okay, not the X rotation or the Z rotation of the camera. We just need the Y rotation. So what we will do, we will create a float by the name of rotation Y. Okay, then we will create a update method. Okay, and in here we will get the current camera state. Okay, so for that we will create a variable by the name of state, and then we will say vcam dot state. Okay, so right here we are just simply getting the current camera state, and after this I want to extract the rotation quaternion from this state which we created right here. Okay, so first of all let's add a comment so that you guys understand what we are doing in each of the code of line. Okay, so we will create another rotation, I mean a variable by the name of rotation, and this will be equals to state. Okay, this state variable, then we will say final orientation, and this dot final orientation is the built-in code which comes with the Cinemachine library. Okay, so now when we extract the rotation quaternion from the state, after that what we want to do is we want to convert that rotation to Euler angles. Okay, so first of all add a comment which is convert the rotation to Euler angles now. So in order to do that, we will create another variable by the name of Euler, and this will be equals to rotation dot Euler angles. Okay, and guys, the reason we are typing all of this code in order to get the rotation Y from the camera, this is because we are dealing with Cinemachine cameras. Okay, so it is a bit lengthier to extract the values from the Cinemachine camera. Okay, if it was a normal camera, then it was not a big deal. Okay, we already created one parkour game with the simple camera controller, which is available both on our YouTube channel and Udemy, so you can also check that out as well. It is basically a session grid game clone. Okay, Anyways, so after converting the rotation to Euler angles, now it is time to get the y-axis value from the Euler angles. Okay, so add a comment, and then we will say rotation y will be equals to Euler dot y. Okay, actually the y will be small, and in this way now we have the rotation y from the cine machine. Now what we want to do is we want to make that rotation smoother. Okay, so in order to do that we will be needing to round this rotation y value to the nearest integer. Okay, so add a comment which is round the rotation y value to the nearest integer, and now let's actually do it. So we will create another variable by the name of rounded rotation y will be equals to mathf dot round to integer, and then we will pass the rotation y value, and that will be simply it. Okay, now we will be needing this rotation y value on our player script. So after the update method, let's create a property. So we will say public quaternion. Let's name this as flat rotation. This will be equals to quaternion dot Euler. For the x pass 0, for the y we will pass rotation y, and for the z we will pass 0. As I told you, we just need the rotation y. Okay, so we get the y rotation, then we create a property, and in the property we pass the rotation y. Now we will get back to the player script, and right here at the top we will simply say public, then main camera controller. Okay, we need a reference to our main camera controller script, so let's name this as MCC or main camera controller. Then right here inside the player movement, after this variable movement input, let's create another variable by the name of movement direction. This will be equals to MCC dot flat rotation. This is our property which we created right here. Okay, flat property. So main camera controller dot flat rotation, we will multiply that by the movement input. Okay, and then inside this if condition where we move, or you can say change the player position, now right here instead of the movement input we will pass the movement direction. Okay, and in the look rotation as well, so let's pass the movement direction right there as well. Okay, so let's save the script, get back to Unity, click on the main camera. Now as you can see right here it needs the virtual camera, so let's drag and drop the third person cine machine. Then let's click on the player, and inside the player drag and drop the main camera right there. Okay, and now let's click on this main camera and let's play the game. You will now notice the rotation y changing. Okay, as you can see, whenever we rotate the camera the rotation y changes. Okay, now if we point the camera right there and press the forward key, as you can see now the player is rotating to the camera direction, as you can see. Okay, as you can see it is working perfectly fine, as you can see. Now the next thing which we need to solve right here is to lock this cursor to the screen. So open up the player script, actually the main camera controller script, and then right here let's add a start method, and in here we will say cursor dot lock state it will be then equals to cursor lock mode dot locked. That's it. Get back to Unity, save the script, get back to Unity. Okay, and now let's play the game. Now if we press the mouse button, any button, as you can see now the cursor is locked to the screen and the player is moving now perfectly fine, as you can see. Okay, now let's unlock the cursor by pressing the escape button. Let's stop the game and let's end this video right here.